Welcome to Builder Information Systems Video Learning Center. This tutorial will cover the basics on how to create a schedule of values and use the application for payment. The schedule of values comprises information for job billing commonly facilitated by the application for payment process. The schedule of values uses billing codes to identify the work to be done and amounts to be billed. Billing amounts are entered and subsequently updated in schedule of values for each successive application for payment. The application for payment process in turn allows the job billing information to be generated either on pre-printed AIA forms or printed as modifiable computer forms similar to the AIA forms. These forms may be printed for approval prior to posting the job billing if desired. Note that a jobs master record must first be created prior to setting up the schedule of values. Please refer to the Video Learning Center tutorial on creating master records. Let's examine the schedule of values and the basics on how to create and use the schedule of values for job billing. To access the schedule of values, select the schedule of values link in the white area of the My Desktop Job Billing module, or go to Jobs, Schedule of Values in the menu. When the Schedule of Values form appears, use the Search feature or VCR buttons to select the desired job. The Job tab provides general information from the Jobs Master Record. Select the Original Contract tab. The Original Contract form will display line item information by billing codes. Displayed are the billing codes, the description of the work, the scheduled amounts, previously billed amount, work in place amount, stored material amount, percent completed, and total completed amount. With the exception of the percent completed fields, to enter or modify the fields requires opening a line item. To initially insert a new billing code line item, click the Insert button in the lower right. To access an existing billing code line item, double-click the desired billing code line item. The Schedule of Values Original Contract form will appear for that billing code. When adding a new billing code, enter or select the billing code. If it's new to the existing billing code library, it will allow you to add it on the fly to the billing code library. Optionally, by checking the extended description box, you may include as much additional information as needed in the field below. Enter the full original amount to be billed for the billing code in the Scheduled Value field. Note that the retention percent fields will display the retentions currently set for the job in the Jobs Master Record. Those percentages may be changed on the fly at any time. You may also modify the date entered as needed. The VCR buttons in the lower left allow you to scroll through the existing billing codes without closing the form. There is also a new icon and delete icon available to add or remove billing codes without closing the form. You may use the Save and Close buttons in the lower right, or optionally click the new icon and select Yes to the Do You Want to Save prompt to initiate adding the next billing code line item to the schedule of values. Once information is entered and the schedule of values original contract form is closed, select the Totals tab to view the related overall totals. Note the Update All and Cost Plus buttons in the lower right. We will discuss these functions along with the Change Orders tab later. The application for payment uses the work in place and stored materials amounts entered in the schedule of values. Those amounts may be entered using several different methods. Let's examine the different methods. Method 1. From the Original Contract tab, you may open the individual Schedule of Values Original Contract form and enter the work in place and stored materials amount directly in those fields. A variation on this method is to use the percent completed field. Entering a percentage in the percent completed field will calculate the work in place amount based on the scheduled value. Again, you may use the VCR buttons in the lower left, which allow you to scroll through the existing billing codes to update the work in place and stored material amounts without closing the form. Method 2. Using Cost Plus on the Original Contracts tab. Please note that to take advantage of the Cost Plus methods for job billing requires that the job have a job budget with the corresponding billing codes associated with the budget's cost codes. Please refer to the tutorial on job budget and change orders for details. From the Original Contracts tab, you may open the individual Schedule of Values Original Contracts form and click the Cost Plus button. The screen will show available cost transactions for the selected billing code. Tag the available cost transactions you want to associate with the billing cycle either by using the Tag All, Untag All buttons or by individually checking the tag boxes for the desired transactions. Note the Records area at the top of the Apply tab of the Cost Plus form provides filters that may be used in conjunction with the buttons at the bottom of the form. Selecting Billing activates the drop-down to the right, allowing a choice between billing records or billing records with cost reported for the tagged transactions when using the Preview and Print buttons at the bottom of the form. Now, clicking Apply simultaneously closes the form and applies the corresponding Cost Plus markup percentage as set in the Jobs Master record to all the tagged costs. The work in place amount will now reflect the amount, which may be further modified if needed. Method 3. From the Original Contracts tab, you may opt to use the Edit % Completed column button to enter a percentage without opening the Schedule of Values Original Contract form. This will calculate and update the work in place amount based on the scheduled value. Method 4. Totals tab Update All. On the Totals tab, click the Update All button in the lower right. On the Update All form, check and enter the desired percentage for % completed, retention %, work in place, and retention % stored materials. Click OK will close the form and apply the percentages to the entire schedule of values. Method 5. Totals tab Cost Plus. On the Totals tab, click the Cost Plus button in the lower right. The Cost Plus screen will appear with all the cost transactions currently available for the job. Just like on the Original Contracts tab, tag the available cost transactions you want to associate with the billing cycle and proceed with the process. Once you click Apply, it simultaneously closes the form and applies the corresponding Cost Plus markup percentage to all the applicable costs for all the billing codes affected. Those work in place amounts and retention values as they are in the Schedule of Values will be reflected in the application for payment. To initiate an application for payment, select the Application for Payment link in the white area of the My Desktop Job Billing module, or go to Transactions, Customer Invoices, and select Application for Payment in the menu. On the main tab, enter or select the job number. The job name, customer ID, customer name, and application number will auto-populate. If needed, the application number may be modified. Enter or select the application date. Note the Bill Retention checkbox to the right. Billing retention is generally done toward the end of a job when retention is to be released for billing. In the area below, check the desired documents to print: cover page, schedule of values, change order summary, and lien release form. Select the desired print format from the drop-down on the right. Click the preview icon to view and print the individual documents. When Print Change Order Summary is checked, the Change Order Summary boxes below will activate, providing the option to select and/or modify the beginning and ending change order numbers needed for the document. Note the print option checkboxes to suppress printing of zero amounts and list extended descriptions available in the lower left. As mentioned earlier, the selected forms may be printed individually from the preview display, or you may use the print button in the lower right to print the forms in order. A print window will appear one at a time for each form, allowing the desired printer to be selected before clicking print. The printed forms may be sent out for approval prior to posting the billing if desired. When ready to post the billing, select the Process tab. The Process tab will provide an overview of the current billing information, including net amount due, retention amount, sales tax amount if applicable. Related retention information is displayed in the upper right. Enter the desired invoice date. The contract invoice number and retention invoice, credit memo, debit memo number default to the next available number as set in system-wide parameters and may be edited if the option is set in system-wide parameters as well. The invoice amounts appear in the field to the immediate right. Notes may be added to each invoice by clicking the Notes button, entering the desired information and clicking the Save icon in the upper left of the Notes form. The form will then close. Viewing the AR Accounts tab reflects the default account settings from the Jobs Master Record, which may be changed if needed. When ready, on the Process tab, click the Process button in the lower right. Do you want to post this application? Click Yes. A prompt will appear indicating that a contract invoice was saved in the amount of, along with similar information regarding the retention. Click OK. The application for payment form clears, ready for the next application for payment. Accessing the job schedule of values will now reflect the previous application amounts, and the work in place is now 0, ready for the next billing cycle. If for any reason the application for payment needs to be revised, it can be done from the Application for Payments History tab. To do so, first enter or select the job number on the main tab. Click the History tab. Be aware that the application for payments can only be reversed in reversing order. That is, the most current first and so on. Select the most current application for payment in the list and click the Delete button in the lower right. Do you want to delete the application? Clicking Yes removes it from the form. A prompt indicates the job cost entries on this deleted application for payment were returned to the Schedule of Values Cost Plus screen as tagged. Click OK. Accessing the job schedule of values will now reflect the previous application amounts are reversed to the amounts prior to posting, as is the work in place, etc., ready for any needed modifications. Change orders in the schedule of values provides a means for entering and tracking billable changes made to a job once the job has started. The form and process functions much like on the original contract tab. Select the Change Order tab. Note that the screen is nearly identical to the original contract screen, except the record number is a change order as opposed to a billing code. Like on the original contract screen, to create a change order, click the Insert button to initiate and open the change order form. Enter a change order number and a scheduled value amount along with all the pertinent information. Again, note that the form is almost identical to the original contract form with related fields and buttons, etc., except that it offers an additional change order form field at the bottom of the form for providing supplementary billing details associated with the change order. Save and close the change order. Change orders allow the same billing methods as with the original contract, work in place, cost plus, and their variations for billing with the application for payment process. As mentioned earlier, if Print Change Order Summary is checked on the application for payment form, the change order summary boxes are activated, providing the option to select a desired range of change orders to be printed on the change order summary to be included with the application for payment documents.